Hey everyone, back again. How you doing? Good evening. Where are we? We're in Vilnius, aren't we? We are in Vilnius in Lithuania, and we're heading to Copenhagen, and the plan is we're going to go from Copenhagen back to here. There is quite a bit of ATC online, actually, as of not very long ago. Let's have a quick look. So we are, where are we? We are over here. So we've got Linus on tower, friend of the channel. He'll be getting us out of here, and then we'll come over to Copenhagen, where we've got tower online currently, and we've got Sweden control as well, which is pretty cool. And then presumably we'll get passed over to Copenhagen control on the way in, I would guess. I don't know. I mean, if you're coming in like this SAS one over here, would you go straight to tower? Surely you'd go straight to tower from Sweden control. Anyway, I don't know. How are you all anyway? It's nice to see you. Rather than me rambling, I'll say hi to you all. We are in the 321 tonight, and I'm praying that GSX doesn't do another number on us, because that would be annoying. Looks like... Grumpy, is that you in the A321? For whatever reason, the A321 renders as an Air Canada for me, and I don't really know why. But yeah, nice bunch of us tonight. We're heading off on runway 01, I believe, which is over there. So a relatively straightforward taxi, and we're using the freeware scenery, which, to be honest, doesn't look half bad. Quite impressive it on the quiet. So that'll be cool. Right, let's get the plane fired up, shall we? Brilliant. Can't see a thing. Battery 1, battery 2. There we go. You can see some stuff now. Let's get the lights on, navs on, crew supply, ground control, and we'll get the navs on. 1, 2, 3. Good. Goody, goody, goody. Oh, you're a 319. James is the 321. Got it. Okay, sorry, just catching up here. Cool. Cool. Where's my dome light switch? There we go. We can see some stuff. Should we keep it at night flying today? I sort of don't want to, but at the same time, I feel like maybe we should. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? There we go. Off-block time is in 30 minutes time. So I'm going to be setting sail at about 1700 Zulu. How you doing, Sven? You on Twitch? I am indeed. Sybil, how you doing? Nice to see you. Night flight? Alright, we'll do night flying. Hey, Rhino's just landed. Look at that. Let's get Linus tuned in, actually, because there's no ground, so Linus will be the one to talk to. 118205. Let's get that done. 118205. Got your number. So my my bracket arrived for the MCDU just after I finished going live earlier. But I realised I now need to buy more aluminium profile for it to work, which is a bit annoying. But I don't really know what else we can do about that, to be honest. Unless I were to buy more of the smaller stuff. Oh, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Okay, let's get the flight plan in. ATSU, AOC, flight in it. Get this all rolling, get the plane loading, then we can have a little natter while it does that. There it is. EYVI to EKCH. I need the 4080 stuff though, Grumpy, and it's basically this like vertical column that sits behind the AGP, and I kind of think maybe that should be aluminium, strong stuff, if you know what I mean. Because there's a lot of weight coming off of that. A lot of weight. I'll have the throttle thing. This is all like cast aluminium. Then you got the AGP, got the weight of the throttles. I don't know. I feel like maybe I should get the aluminium. I don't want to push my luck. Even if I do it in Pet G. Do you know what I mean? Alright, we've got 230 on board tonight, so we've got full flight, not quite as full on cargo, and we've got about 9 tons of fuel. It's only about an hour over to Copenhagen, isn't it? Strikes me as quite a lot of fuel, but... Okay. Right, let's get the plane loading. Oh, I really hope GSX doesn't do its thing. Drone Tim, how you doing, mate? Okay, what's Linus got for us? Information Echo. I'm going to make some notes. Runway 01 in use. Good. Expect high less Zulu 01. Okay, maybe on the way back. QNH 1017. And we are good. Collaborative decision making in progress. Visit VATSIM VDGS for pushback time. Advise on initial contact. Okay. What do I have to do here then? Yes, yes, yes. Come on, allow. Wait for your window to update. It's not a bad little system, is it? I guess we'll not worry about that for now. That's a new one. How's the flying going? We haven't taken off yet. We're just getting ready to go. Did I verify the files? For what, GSX? No. Okay, AirNot 232. Probably should have done that. Cost index 54. And we'll go 340. Get the wind. Stephen, how are you? To ask, I've got no clue how to get to A321 Neo and LR TCAS to work. That'll be over here. So I put mine into auto, whoops, and I leave it on standby while I'm at the gate, then I go Tara when I line up. Yeah, I would, Fab. I wouldn't bother with our rubbish little outfit. I wouldn't bother. Right, 1017. QNH. What are we doing? We're doing the Aleka 1 Alpha departure. We've got to be above 5,000 and above flight level 120. Okie dokie, we can do that. Maybe Linus will give us an initial climb, who knows. Transition altitude 5,000 according to the charts. Jolly, jolly good. Modern ones don't have that. They got... Oh, okay, fine, yeah. I couldn't tell you from memory in that case. Oh, I'm never going to live this morning down, am I? Oh, let's put 5,000 in for a minute. That will do. Beautiful. Let's switch over to Linus. I don't even know what stand am I on. What am I on? Am I on 3, 5? Yes, I am. And we're expecting runway 01 on the Aleka 1 Alpha. Aleka 1 Alpha. Good. I don't want to hear anything about Brussels. Could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Oh, it feels weird streaming this time of night. It really does. But it's something I want to do more of, and I'm going to try and be more disciplined and try and carve out, make the time, if you know what I mean. That is my little plan. Alrighty, so fuel is nearly done. Well, 2/3, 3/4 done. Passengers are getting there. Then we just got cargo to go. Henry, how are you? You good? Jolly good. So the routing...
Vilnius Tower, good. 7 Lima X-ray, stand 210, information echo requesting Alpha to Luxembourg.
Straight out.
X-ray, Vilnius Tower, hello, cleared to destination last filed, Opasi 1 Alpha departure, initial climb flight level 150 and squawk 1000.
And we head out.
Lima X-ray, cleared destination as filed, Opasi 1 Alpha departure, flight level 150 initially and squawk 1000.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray, you read that correct?
Linus handling business. Love to see it. It's so cool that Linus can do tower now. Very cool.
Station calling, heads up, readability 0, your mic might be muted.
Yep.
Station calling, same thing, mic is probably still muted, but I'm not hearing any voice.
Why does no one do the 777-300ER? It has those beautiful GE 90115B engines. It does. It's not really a plane I fly a lot. I fly the freighter quite a bit. I enjoy that one very much. Should we say hello to Linus? Should we get our clearance while we're waiting? Tower, very good evening. Air 232, stand 35 with Echo on board. Aircraft type A321 with IFR to Copenhagen.
Air 232, Vilnius Tower, hello. Information go correct. Clear destination as filed. Alaka 1 Alpha departure. Initial climb flight level 150 and squawk 1371.
Good to Copenhagen on the Aleka 1 Alpha departure, initial climb, flight level 150 and squawk 1371, Air 232.
Air 232, read back correct.
Let's go. 1371. That's in. Initial climb 150. Pop that in. We'll sort out a secondary flight plan, because we're good like that. So EYVI slash EYVI in there. Then we'll go into our secondary flight plan. We'll put in our SID that we're planning to take, which is the Aleka 1 Alpha. And then we'll pop in ILS Zulu 01. So if we need to turn back, we've got some waypoints.
Very good afternoon. I'm up to straight to it. Stand 46 is an A320. I'm requesting friends Copenhagen is filed and information sector is on board.
Now, into Copenhagen, we're expecting 22 left.
Clear to destination as filed. Alaka 1 Alpha departure. Initial climb flight level 150. Squawk 5212.
Less 22 left, and we're going to take the Tidvu 3 Charlie.
Destination Alpha 1 Alpha, initial climb 150.
We'll keep an eye on that, because that may change, of course. We'll keep an eye on that. It's A321, not the 737 Delta. Why do we do 2 streams in a day? You guys deserve it. I've been away for a while, haven't I? Making it up to you. I know how much you enjoy Flight Sim, Rob. Rob loves it. We'll make a simmer out of you yet, Rob. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Good. We're fueled. So that being the case, we'll get some fuel pumps on. Get the seatbelts on. How are we doing for time? Yeah, we're not doing bad, are we? Don't feel like there's a lot of point starting the APU yet. Just burning fuel for no reason. We'll give it a few more minutes. I keep looking over to my Windows clock for the time, but of course, it's right here now. I need to become an AI tech bro. I use ChatGPT to 3D model this. Does that count? Is this the default scenery? No, Dan, it's the freeware one from flightsim.to. Technically only 2020 compatible, but Linus assures us that it works. And I'm inclined to believe him. So, taxiing then. What can we expect? Pushback onto Lima, Lima, Foxtrot, then holding point Foxtrot, I guess. What's my favourite plane in the A320 family? I don't know. Kind of like them all for different reasons. Because they do fly differently. The 19 flies differently to the 20, that flies differently to the 21. Even the engines make a difference. The IAEs versus CFMs. And then the Neos are going to obviously bring another element to that as well when they come. So that's, you could really probably just have enough variety just in that to keep it reasonably interesting. Then you got the 340, then you got the 330, albeit default one. Hopefully we get a good one day. And it'll all play nice with all the Airbus hardware. So there's a lot to be liking, really. There's a lot to be liking. Cargo. What's happening with you? Cargo's on the go. Yeah, I'm going to need to get some aluminium profile. Some of the 4080 stuff. So apparently, to get it to work... So I've ordered this, if I show you in the yoke cam. This is 4040 profile. I've got a little right angle connector, and I thought I could sort of right angle it off of this, and then put my MCDU like that.
Type A320 stand 34. Information on board Echo, requesting IFR clearance to Copenhagen.
But this is way bigger than what comes with it. I didn't realise that. Sequence the pushback. That's up to Linus, really. Linus will sort it out.
To Copenhagen via the Elaka 1 Alpha. Departure. Initial climb 150 and squawking 0317.
We've got Joe, James, Stephen, and Grumpy. And the Lufthansa up there as well. Going to Luxembourg. Nice. Nice and busy. See, Linus, we'll sort you out. We'll give you some traffic, don't worry. Wind control profile is very custom. Yeah, I'm realising that. So what they say is to replace this big, which I think is like 60-20? No, 60-10 or 60-15 or whatever it is. Which is basically like the main vertical strut that runs up here. They say to replace that with a 600 mil length of 4080. And then build off of that. So basically chuck this. So I guess we'll do that. But it just means waiting for more stuff to turn up. Because if it's all here, I could have cracked on and built it all tomorrow and made a nice little video showing you all how to put it all together and talking about all the stuff and doing the thing, really. But don't think we can. It's the Phoenix A321 CFM engines with sharks. Do you have the left QNH mirrored to the right on the Phoenix? I do. Yeah, that's an option you can do in the EFB. Makes life so much easier. And we're back. Come on in. Give me a ding. Tell us we're done. And then we will just pray. Ding. We'll pray that GSX pushes us back. I'm not sure I can take another one like earlier. It'll break my gentle spirit. Flaps 3. Damn. Is it really flaps 3? Okay, I guess it is. Never sure whether to believe that or not. Init. Page B is in. And we have fuel.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray, startup approved, QNH
1313 at 142.
Startup approved, QNH 1017, Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray.
Got the Phoenix planes. I want to master the 320 first before moving on to the rest. Yeah, that's a good idea. Mr. Mint! How are you? How was your afternoon? So if I was to go for like flaps 1, what would that calculate for me? It would do it. About 2. Oh, let's do that. Let's do flaps 1. Fancy a flaps 1. Don't ask me why. Just do. Up 0.7 on the trim. Let's get the APU started. It's about that. It's about that time, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, start. Nice. Right, we're 8 minutes to the hour. We're making good time, providing GSX pushes us back. If it doesn't, I may well have a breakdown on stream. Yeah, come on, Rob. Sorry, Grumpy, I'll just clear the scratch pad. It's very cool, this, though. Very cool. We like it a lot. Come on. Here we go. APU is now available. Yeah, I just realised that, Linus, because at Lufthansa, is, I noticed they just ask for startup, so they can just literally drive out, can't they? Is that one of those spaces at a supermarket when you can just like drive in and drive out? I love it when you get one of those. Right, what have I forgotten? Don't think I have. Yeah, I think we're good. New Sky's ready to go. There's my emergency from earlier. We won't talk about that. ATC still on the way. So we're going to hit Swedish control. Will we get handed off straight to tower from Swedish control, or will we go to Copenhagen?
NL 32 Juliet, push and start is approved, face south.
Push and start approved, face south. NL 32 Juliet.
NL 32 Juliet, completely forgot QNH 1017.
QNH 1017, 32 Juliet.
Should have gone to Prague, shouldn't we? Prague would have been a nice one from here. Never mind. Right. I'm going to get the beacon on. Please, GSX. Please. Is it worth upgrading to 24, or should I use the money to buy a new plane? From 2020? I feel like it's... yeah. I feel like really 2024 is the ship you should be attaching yourself to at this point, because like PMDG have said, haven't they, that they are no longer actively developing planes for 2020. They are 24 at this point, and that's just how it is. And you're probably going to see more and more of that as time goes on. So yeah, I would probably get on the 24 bandwagon at this point. And an ILS approach, do we need to activate the localizer? No, press the APPR button and it will do the glide and the localizer for you. So make sure you've activated the LS button as well before.
Requesting taxi.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray taxi to holding point Bravo runway 01 via India, expect backtrack.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray, we taxi to holding point Bravo runway 01 via India, we expect backtrack.
So is Linus trying to keep Foxtrot free for us, I wonder? Okay, the tug is attached. Oh, Renault 232, stand 35, ready for push and start.
Renault 232, push and start approved, QNH 1017 face south.
Push approved, QNH 1017, face south on Lima, Renault 232. I'm not hearing a please release parking brake.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray via backtrack, sorry, via Bravo and backtrack line of way runway 01.
There it is.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray via Bravo, backtrack runway 01, we line up 01. Renault 32 Juliet, ready to taxi.
Renault 32 Juliet, taxi to holding point runway 01 via Lima and Foxtrot.
Taxi to runway 01, holding point via Lima, Foxtrot, Renault 32 Juliet.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
There we go, we're off. Let's do the bleed. Start the engines.
Tower 056, stand 49, request push and start.
Air 56 Tango, QNH 1017, push and start approved, face west.
QNH 1017, push and start approved, facing west on Lima.
Grumpy sounds different.
Tower Air 056 Tango, can you make that east on Lima?
Airbus A321.
Yep, that works as well, push and start approved, facing east on Lima.
I'll avoid the bottleneck traffic pushing back onto Lima and following me.
Seat pocket contains important information about
Okay, engine 1 available.
oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace position, which you must adopt if you hear brace, brace. There are 8
Flaps 1.
emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray wind 360 degrees 3 knots, cleared for takeoff runway 01, after departure monitor advisory 122 decimal 8, thank you for flying, have a good day.
will guide you.
Lufthansa 7 Lima X-ray, runway 01, cleared for takeoff after departure. Over to Unicom, thank you so much, have a good night, bye-bye.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass
Okay, so far so good on the push.
left is clear.
Auto brakes to
Right is
max. Both engines started. Can lose the APU bleed. Turn off the APU. Taxi light on.
Renault 222 and 36, ready for push and start.
Airline 2282, roger, standby.
Standing by.
Beautiful. Oh, Jim, thanks for 3 months on Twitch. What a hero. Thank you, Jim. Hope you're well. Tower N 232, ready for taxi.
Airline 232, taxi to holding point runway 01 via Lima and Foxtrot.
5.01 Lima Foxtrot N 232. Alright, let's get out of Noms' way.
Great flight.
Okay, we can move, that's good. GSX hasn't
Ladies and gentlemen, we will shortly be
completely done it again. That's good. Okay, so down here, then right onto Foxtrot, I do believe. Yeah, that's alright. Oh, Joanna, thanks for the sub as well on Twitch. You guys with your primes, I love it. Thank you. I was so happy with that landing into Bristol though earlier. Even though it all went a bit wrong with like GSX and we declared an emergency, it was all very
Juliet, line up with runway 01.
Line up runway 01, NL32 Juliet.
yeah, that landing more than made up for it.
NL282, ready for system start.
Airline 282, if you would like, I can just hold you on the stand because there's going to be quite a queue. If you would like, you can just push now and hold at the holding point.
I'll hold with the holding point if that's okay.
Alright, in that case, QNH 1017, pushing to the booth facing south.
Pushing south, booth face south, NL282.
Still not sure about night flying, you know. I know some of you guys like it, but I feel like all we're going to see is a big fat pile of nothing all the way to Copenhagen, and I'm not loving that.
Tower N 56 Tango, request taxi.
13 likes, but 46 people watching. I don't blame you. I wouldn't like this either.
Taxi holding point 01 Lima November Foxtrot 56 Tango.
Grumpy definitely sounds different. Maybe he's been on the piss all afternoon. Straight down the pub after the stream earlier. Yeah, good luck, Aviator. Blimey, rather you than me. Rather you than me.
Airline 32 Juliet, wind variable at 1 knot, clear for takeoff from runway 01. After departure, monitor advisory 122.8.
Takeoff runway 01, after departure, Unicom 122.8. Thanks for the ATC line. Have a good evening, mate.
Thank you, enjoy the flight.
Do I use my rudder as my tiller? Yes. Not for long though, hopefully. Because there should hopefully be a tiller coming out rather soon. From a certain company. Some of you might have heard of. Called Wing Control. Formerly known as WinWing. Can't wait for that one. That's going to be a belter. We're looking forward to that a lot. That's good. It'll take some getting used to that as well. I remember at Gatwick, the amount of times I went to taxi with the rudders, and they were like, no, tiller. I was like, oh yeah, damn it, sorry. Phoenix, is it the new one? New one as in...
22 kilo.
Airline 232, line up from runway 01.
Line up and wait 01, not 232.
Airline 22 kilo, sorry, I accidentally blocked your transmission, say again.
Ready for push and start.
Alright, Gene.
Air not 22 kilo.
And not just a kilo, pushing start approved, facing south, QNH 1017.
Pushing start approved, facing south, QNH 1017.
Oh, probably GK, yeah. Alrighty, here we are then. Quite a long little taxi that, isn't it, down Foxtrot? Those lights in that house, is that like trying to make out there's a TV on in there? That's pretty cool if so. Right, let's line up and wait.
Airlock 232, wind variable at 1 knot, course takeoff runway 01, after departure, manage advisory 122.8, enjoy the flight.
Clear for takeoff, runway 01, after takeoff 122.8. Thanks for the ATC, Linus, see you soon.
And on 282, ready for taxi.
Airlock 222, back to the holding point, runway 01 via Lima and Foxtrot.
Holding point 01, by Lima and Foxtrot, and on 282.
Right then, into the belly of the beast. Let's go to Copenhagen. I bet it'll be busy there. Okay. Let's go. Manflex 32, SRS green, auto thrust blue, speed is alive.
Not 56 Tango behind departing gear, now 2321 minus minutes, runway 01 behind.
Behind departing custody traffic line at runway 01 behind.
E1. Rotate. Nice and gentle in the 321. Go on, up you go. That's better. Positive climb. Gear up. Bit of a weird takeoff. Felt like no matter how much I pulled then, it didn't want to go. Okay, over to Unicom. Levers climb. Vilnius traffic air 232 airborne out of 01, passing 2,700 for flight level 150 on the Leka 1 Alpha, Vilnius traffic. Almost stuttered then. Okay, the city does look quite good at night, doesn't it? I'll grant you that. Have I tried connecting a tablet to the Phoenix? No. But you can just like browser into it if you... I mean, I could do it with my touchscreen monitor. Flaps up. Basil, side sticks from FS Projects. Let's disarm ground spoilers. I'm on Sim Update 5. No, I am not. At least I don't think I am, unless Steam randomly updated me before I went live. It's not out yet, is it? Hey, how you doing? How have I got the Ecam mounted on the throttle mount? It's not mounted yet, it's just plonked there, I'm ashamed to say. But as soon as I figure it out, and I think I might have a solution, I'm going to make a video and put it on YouTube, basically showing you how to get it all mounted up nicely. Because I've struggled like anything with this. I really have struggled. So if I'm struggling, no doubt others are too. So I'm going to make a little video and show you how to do it. How you doing, Dunk? Yeah, I'm treating you to a nighttime stream. Because I've been away so much. I'm missing the sim.
Vilnius traffic air 056 Tango, airborne out of 01, passing 2,500.
And thank you for becoming a member. Legend. Grumpy definitely sounds like he's got a peg over his nose. Another left-hand turn in a minute. In fact, here it is. If you're wondering how I'm able to fly while looking out the windows, because I've got my pop-outs on this screen here, so I can just follow the flight directors, and it basically makes me go exactly where we should go. All the while, you guys get a nice view. That's the theory, anyway. Aviator, you as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. It really, really helps. Like, honestly. Like, it really helps. I appreciate it. I really do. Alright, 10,000. Let's quickly nip in here. And get lights off. Ah! We'll let the scumbags out as well. Okay, cities at night do look quite good, I'll grant you that. But I still don't like flying at night. And that's the end of it. Now you got a new headset. You definitely sound different, Grumpy. You sound way different. What's my PC RTX? I've got a AMD 7900 XTX. The base Basil is Moser AB9. You'd have to use the marketplace, MK, if you wanted to download extra stuff on the PS5. Obviously on the PC you can just like sideload it in, just download it, dump it in the community folder, but on a console you don't have that luxury, sadly. Alright, we've got a Leka straight ahead of us, about 10 miles out. Still hand flying. Thank you for the control, Linus. It's nice to come and drop in on you. Right, what time? Got about only 40 minutes into Copenhagen. That's really not very long, is it? Alright. Autopilot on. No point hand flying when we're going in a straight line, is there? And we're going to go up to 340. Do an open climb. Vilnius traffic, end up 232, 5 miles out from Aleka, flight level 140, climbing now, flight level 340, Vilnius traffic. Happy days. We're off. That really is a short little flight, isn't it? Is it really only... What are we now? 1:15? Oh yeah, that's... Ignore me, I thought we were further ahead than we were. Hour and 10. That's about right. That's about right. Good. When's the next bit of ATC coming then? See if we can get prepped. That's going to be Sweden, isn't it? 127755. Let's get them in. 127. Was it 755? Yeah, it was 755. I need to familiarise myself with the rules of rugby as well. So if anyone can help me out with that, I'd really appreciate it, because I'm going to a game on Saturday and I don't have a clue what I'm going to be watching. Where are we off to, Thomas? We're going to Copenhagen. How do I know where the airport is? Flight plan. Flight plan takes us there. Oval ball is kicked and then thrown. Ideal. Make sure to say what? I did know the rules of rugby when it was like the World Cup, when Johnny Wilkinson kicked that last minute thing that's won it. But that was a long time ago. And I made a conscious effort to try and learn the rules of rugby, and then immediately forgot the rules of rugby afterwards. I remember playing it at school, never really liking it. I remember the PE teacher was like, "Oh, you should get involved, do the rugby club, play for the school," because I think he basically saw that I was big. And kind of thought, ideal, we'll have him. Little did he realise, A, I was useless, and B, I wasn't at all interested. I feel like learning the cold and darks in airliners is harder than flying them. It is to start with. It is to start with. Although, there is a general kind of pattern. You can generally take... You need to know where specific buttons are for specific planes, but it's generally a similar sort of flow most of the time. Obviously there are differences that you need to know, but the knowledge is transferable. Once you sort of learn an A320 and you sort of understand why you're doing things, you could then, in theory, take that to a 737. You will need to know where a couple of buttons are for this and that, but, the obvious stuff, the flow, you'll understand, like, why am I starting the APU? Why am I doing the batteries? Why am I doing external power? That sort of thing, Do you reckon I could be a commercial pilot or land a plane in an emergency? I don't know, really, about landing the plane. I mean, it's all well and good flying in the sim, but it's a different ball game, isn't it, doing it for real? I mean, if push came to shove, of course I'd give it a go. Like, you'd have to. It's like, it's your best chance is to give it a go, right? I mean, obviously I went to Infinity Sim Wings and landed theirs. Again, simulator. I imagine it feels very different when you're in the actual thing. Don't know. I wouldn't like to say. I think probably what I would do is, if there was a, oh my god, the pilot's passed out, can anyone help? And I was the only person remotely able to do it. Obviously I would step aside immediately if there was any form of real pilot on board as well. I would just try and program the plane and do an ILS auto land. I think probably would be my would be how I do it. As fun as it would be to have a go at wrestling the controls and bringing it down like a hero, like we're in some sort of movie, I would 100% auto-land it. Glasgow to Heathrow in a 380? Blimey. That's bold. You fly out of Gloucester, Mr. Mint, do you? I'm struggling to keep up with chat. How much is Infinity Sim Wings? Not sure off the top of my head. It's been a minute since I've looked. Try doing a full flight in the 737-500. Is that the CSS one? Is that that plane? Is that the plane that you subscribe to? I'm not sure I'd be into that, to be honest. I will regret my choices, yeah, no doubt. Chris, it's the 321 Phoenix. That's where I went, Mr. Mint, for my 737 sim day. Which, in all honesty, was a bit weird. Wasn't in love with that. Wasn't allowed to do the throttles, wasn't allowed to do the rudders. So I just had to steer with the yoke while someone else did throttles, which really put me off, because it's like every time you move the throttles, you sort of counteract with your yoke hand, don't you? But if someone else is doing it, it's quite... yeah, I don't know. I think it's because, truth be told, one of the throttle levers was just completely broken. It was flapping around all over the place. Still, it was an experience. By contrast, I had the time of my life at Infinity Sim Wings. That was just such a great day. It was just a really nice day as well, because like, just driving up there, driving up the motorway, you sort of think like what started as a dumb little idea of a YouTube channel, and now we're driving up to Gatwick to have a go in a proper sim. Yeah, it was really cool. It was a really great day. And it's just so nice being able to ask Hanny questions. I got live weather on. It should be on, unless it went off. Of course it went off. I think. Why does it always go off for me? I feel like it's always going off. It was on earlier. 100% it was on earlier. Landing into Bristol, we had live weather. The last time the sim was on. Gah. I don't know. Why is my clock frozen? I've got 1919 over here. Yeah, my clock is frozen. Clock is ticking down here. Not ticking on the actual physical device anymore. Does the wind wings throttle feel good? It feels amazing. Yeah. Thinking of buying a few parts. A few parts for what? What have you got in mind? An A320? Well, wind control is probably the go-to, to be honest. At this point, at this stage in the game, it's like, I'm not sure you could really... Have they actually gone offline, Noms? You kidding? Oh my god, they have! Oh man. Of course they did. I swear I'm the curse of VATSIM. Alright, Unicom it is then. That's alright, we'll have a beer in a minute. I've got a pint of Phoenix in the fridge. Maybe it's not me, maybe it's Grumpy they see coming. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not me. Maybe they're just changing over. I reckon they'll come back on in a minute. Had they stayed on though, would we have stayed with Sweden? Does anyone know this coming into Copenhagen? Would we have stayed with Swedish control pretty much all the way to Tower? Because it sort of ends over this bit of water, doesn't it? And surely by the time you get to the end of Swedish control, you're pretty much on the ILS for 22 left or whatever it's going to be. It's 22 left, isn't it? Yeah, runway and use 22 left. Because that would be a very short handover otherwise, wouldn't it? If you're sort of coming in all the way over here. Or would it become apparent that you're going to Copenhagen and they'd hand you over early? Off-world's in! How you doing, Off-world? So who have we got? 3-2 Juliet, that's Noms, then there's me, then there's Grumpy in the minibus, then we've got James, and then we've got Stephen. Nice to have Stephen flying with us. Nice little train, that's what we want. Is there much in the way of arrivals? So we've got Nos, that's Red Nose, isn't it? So there's one in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 16 minutes, 29 minutes, 32 minutes, and then you start getting on for us in about 40, 43 minutes. There is also a SAS that's coming out from Gatwick as well. I should be 4 minutes ahead. Possible that it might clash with either Grumpy or Stephen. I guess we'll find out. Billen's on. Oh, I like Billen. Gothenburg's on. Stockholm's on. Bergen's on. What's KB? Christensen. 3 days. Blimey, Island's on as well, look. It's fairly well lit up, isn't it? I mean, Germany, as per usual, is doing their thing. It's amazing, isn't it, how much you get in Germany. You get so much coverage in Germany. Mind you, there's a bit of France. Bordeaux control. And look, Toulouse has got ground and tower. Is Nice on? Yeah, quite often Nice is on. Cannes approach. Nice is an amazing arrival. Now once again we find ourselves flying on Unicom. Despite all of this, all over Europe. We're up here. Can't win, can you? Fly at night, you'll get more ATC. Immediately goes offline. Immediately. There we go. 7800X3D, 7900XT, 32 gig of RAM. Can I run flight sim on good FPS? Yeah, but keep your expectations in line. So I've got a 9800X3D and a 7900XTX, 64 gig of RAM, and right now we're getting 30. Why are we getting 30? Have I got VSync on? Why is VSync on? I didn't turn that on. What? Okay. I don't know why VSync's on. We'll look into that. I don't want to go into the menu now mid-flight on VATSIM. We'll look into that at Copenhagen. But yeah, Oh god, I'm yawning. Stop yawning, you idiot. Oliver, how you doing? Yeah, I don't know why VSync switched on. That's weird. Your VSync got turned on too under the latest Windows update. Oh. Well, there you go. Quan, I mean, to be honest, you're probably always going to be CPU limited. I'm most of the time CPU limited. With a 9800X3D, it's just, are you happy with the FPS you're getting while being CPU limited? That's the question to ask. Offpod says, surely anyone going into Europe must pass through Bordeaux control. Get it? Border control. Love it. $50.90. God, don't. I haven't even checked $50.90 prices in a while. Dare I do it? How much is a $50.90? God, look at the prices there. About $3 grand. That's wild. Wow. Bring it over on my other monitor. That's a pretty penny, isn't it? Mind you, a Zotac you can get for $23.99. That almost seems like a good deal. That's a lot of money, isn't it? For a graphics card. You get a refurbished one for $4,799. Is that because it's got an all-in-one cooler on it? Is that the only reason? Such a waste of money. My RAM is still nearly £1,000. That's crazy. Honestly, if my PC were to die, I'd be so screwed. So what's the cheapest one? Let's sort by low to high. Yeah, $23.99 for a Zotac. Yikes. Just, yeah. I mean, that's why I went for the 7900 XTX, because it was 24 gigs of RAM, 600 quid, albeit used, but, you know, at least you can afford it. Alright, flight tracker. What's the price of an Asus TUF? What, $50.90? Keep yawning. Why do I keep yawning? Get PC Specialist to sponsor me. Yeah, that'd be alright, wouldn't it? That'd be alright. I noticed that AMD though are they're like relaunching their 5800X3D, aren't they? They're doing like an anniversary edition, which I think is basically just a cover for them to be like, we need to release something that people can buy. It's too expensive. What I might do for the tech channel is put out a video, sort of like a 2026 recap of 5800X3D versus 9800X3D. And just see what the difference is in numbers. Not because I've got any particular agenda, I just want to... Maybe people that are thinking about upgrading to a 9800X3D might think, actually, you know what, maybe I won't. Maybe if I'm on AM4 and I've already got RAM, I've already got a motherboard, and AMD are making a 5800X3D kind of anniversary edition, i.e. there'll be some in stock again, might help some people out. Might do that tomorrow, actually. Did that cloud just disappear in front of me? Does that mean live weather's gone off? Live weather is on. It's just gone to the other screen. Oh, I don't know. I give up with live weather. Welcome back, Jim. That'll be good though, if the 5800X 3D goes back into stock, even if for a short while. Because it's still a great chip. It really is. Like, I do all my gaming in the house on it. I do all my video editing in the house on it. With the 4080. Really strong PC. And the games that I play generally 1440p, high refresh, got a 165Hz monitor. I never find myself being like, you know what, this isn't good enough. It's fine, really. Like your Call of Duties, your Halos, your Counter-Strikes, your Valorants, your Forza, your whatever. Only one I have trouble with is this. But there you go. Cheers, Ben. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Jim. I don't know why it does it. Genuinely confused. Maybe I'll try deleting all my caches or something. We'll see. We'll see. Offworld says the live weather relies on cloud computing. Yeah, it's definitely feeling like 30 FPS this. It's okay though, I mean it's doable. There will be no incidents tonight, Ben, don't you worry. Mind you, I'm going to be like cursing myself now saying that. What arrival? Tidvu 3 Charlie, ILS 22 left. Why do I keep yawning? Because I'm ready for bed, that's why. Tell you the truth. Yeah, there's the train. That's where we're headed. So, at the moment, all we've really got is tower. Unless anything else comes on, like approach, or Copenhagen control, anything like that. Has approach come online now, have they? So they have. Ah, look who it is. One 119-805. One 119-805. There is absolutely no way I'm doing JFK to Singapore. No way. See, this is the thing. If I do a long haul, I'm here for it all. Not like you lot that go wandering off and falling asleep. We do it properly over here. We don't muck around. We do proper long hauls. If we're going to do a long haul, we do a proper long haul. None of this, oh, I had a WASM crash because I was asleep. And then I crashed into the ocean. Can you delete my flight? You lot, honestly. Is it even a long haul, though, if you don't sit here and do it properly and monitor the plane? Is it even a long haul at that point? I would at least need to be in the shed doing something else, like editing a video or something, like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't just like set it going and then just go out for the day or fall asleep. See, Deckers knows what's up. Airbus or Boeing? I don't know, probably Airbus. Cheers, Max. Thanking you. Yeah, I'd need something to do, Grumpy, but the trouble is, if I'm going to stream it, it doesn't make for a very good stream, does it? That's the key difference, is like, doing a long haul while putting on a fairly decent stream. Now, obviously, you be the judge of whether you consider it fairly decent or not, but I think to make it a good stream, you need to be here talking to chat the whole time, really. And 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 plus hours, that is a long time to be sort of in streamer mode. Like, I'm like no different at all in real life to how I am now. This is me. I'm not putting on an act or anything. Like, I'm not smart enough to put on an act for that long. Probably after 20 minutes the act would fall flat, but it still does, it takes something out of you doing it for quite a long time. Figures for the cross the pond was not that bad. It wasn't great, Grumpy, to be honest. Like, you saw obviously people tuned in for the takeoff, and then a lot of people left, and then they joined again at London. But the bit over, like, why, unless you're like sort of flying along or really into it and really into the streams, and it's definitely an acquired taste, I think. I want to pick the game up again on Series X. Should I play 2020 or the new one? I certainly wouldn't do... I don't know. I don't know what the state of play is on 24 at the moment on the Xbox. I know it was struggling for a while. But yeah, selfishly, as the guy doing the stream, I much prefer doing shorter hops than sitting in cruise for 8 hours. What hardware should I get? I've got 160 bucks. I have the Ursa Minor, the MCDU, and the Thrustmaster Airbus throttles. Maybe an FCU? Adam, we're going to Copenhagen. Have I got any tips if the GSX menu doesn't load? Restart it. But, yeah. It's not particularly great advice. Restart GSX. Kill it in the task manager if you have to. Really sucks if that happens. Are we still on for 2-2 left? Yes, we are. We're getting closer, look. Graphics wise, we're sort of on a slightly tweaked down version of Ultra. Thing is, GSX is really good when it works. Like, it is genuinely good. But then there's that massive asterisk, isn't there, of when it works. Because when it doesn't work, it's just like, oh no. Especially if you're streaming as well, it's like, it just, the whole kind of momentum of the stream just hits a wall, and it's like, oh no. I thought we were going to go somewhere, we were getting ready to go. And it's just like, wallop. Steve's in. How you doing, Steve? Bought GSX 2 days ago, but it won't work. I don't know what to suggest. Got some new toys, Steve, yeah. I'm having trouble mounting it all, though. I need to get some aluminium profile. So I've got my little eCam thing just balanced at the moment, so I want to get that sort of there. Then we've got the MCDU. My panel mount arrived today, this little thing. So my plan is to kind of put it here. If I can. That would sort of be my plan. Surprised I never had that MCDU. I've always wondered where the hell I'm going to put it, and even now I've got it, I'm still sat here looking at it being like, where the hell am I going to put it? That's my problem. That is by far my biggest problem with it. I'm basically trying to avoid having to move my setup. No, Noms, we're heading back to where we came from. As per the stream title. Is it my birthday or something? No, Wind Control got in touch, and they sent it out, so that's super cool of them. Super, super cool of them. Funnily enough, somebody tried impersonating me. So they got in touch with Wind Control, pretending to be me, and then failed to respond to an email. You would think if you were the one trying to, like, impersonate someone to get free gear, you would reply to those emails, but they didn't. And then Wind Control got in touch via Instagram DM, and they were like, oh, hey, we haven't heard from you. Just check your junk folder. Maybe it's gone in there. And I was like, what? I've never spoken to you in my life. Nice to speak to you, though. Nice to meet you. And then, yeah. Cheeky git doing that. Gonna try and 3D print some cool things for my sim, but I don't know what to print. It really depends what you've got. Trouble is, once you get a 3D printer, it's kind of like you become a bit of a hammer. Everything looks like a nail. Sort of looking for a... You become a problem looking for a solution. They'd actually have gotten free gear if they'd responded. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But I couldn't believe it. It's like quite a clever idea, in a way. And I wouldn't encourage any of you to try it, of course. Like, that'd be very bad. But, yeah, I was just dumbfounded when they told me. I was like, what the hell? And I reached out to all the other brands that I've ever worked with, and I was like, hey, look, someone out there is trying it on. If I ever contact you, it will be from this email address and this email address alone. If I ever change my email address, I will confirm the change via this email address. Like belt and braces, you know? And a couple of them wrote back and they were like, oh yeah, we get it all the time, don't worry. Always get people like, oh, hey, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so. Here's a link to my YouTube channel. Links off to a YouTube channel that obviously isn't theirs. Trying to get a freebie. Gits. Absolute gits. I can hear a helicopter over my building. It's either a helicopter or someone's put the washing machine on into spin mode. Probably Wind Control dropping off more gear. Winching it down. I have the TCA Airbus side stick. I use a Logitech radio panel. My Stream Deck. That's my MFD. Wind wing throttle. Logitech rudders. Currently building a center pedestal. Not really. It sounds like you're pretty much all good. If you had the Airbus Thrustmaster ones, throttles, I would say maybe you could do the 3D printed inserts like I did. But if you got the Wind Control ones... not since I'm new to your channel. What other planes do I have in Flight Sim? So we've got all the Phoenix ones. We've got the A340-600 from Tolis. We've got the 777s and the 737 from PMDG. That's generally my my little rotation. I'm thinking about getting the TFDI MD-11. The hell is that noise? I can feel it through my headphones. Almost like air pressure, like buffeting. I mean, really, Beppy, it'll become obvious once you figure out you need something. You'll have a problem, and then you can solve it. You know. The MCDU placement is awkward. Yeah. So what I've bought some extra profile off of Amazon that arrived today. And the plan was to pop it in here, like so, and then clamp the MCDU to it. But I also need another bit of profile I've just learnt, which is a bit annoying. So I'm going to have to buy another piece of sort of like double width of this, so like it's kind of like one of these but twice as wide. So yeah, I need to figure something out. What I want to do really is drop all of this lower, so the throttle goes lower, the AGP goes lower, just basically drop it all. Then I'll have the clearance to have the MCDU hopefully about here. Yeah, it's just bloody awkward. And I'm feeling really constrained right now. Like, this is about as much width as I've got, really. I'm touching the wall here. And this is my desk over here. But if I was to twist, I might have more room. But then I'd have to redo the whole room. Honestly, Noms, I'm thinking about dropping the yoke. Because that would solve a lot of problems. It'd give me so much more room. But then I would hate myself when I fly a Boeing without it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to do. What a problem to have, eh? I feel a bit bad though. So obviously Wind Control have sent all this stuff and I haven't really made a video for them yet. So I'm still figuring it out. And I feel like I'm constantly waiting for more aluminium to arrive, and I want to get it all done nicely, and then I'll make a video and show it all off as like a little package. I did say I was going to rejig. Yeah, you're right, Dunk. And then I kind of thought I might be able to get away with not doing it, and I figured if I can get away with not doing it, that'd be a really good result, because that's just going to eat into my time like crazy. Right, 50 miles top of descent. Let's do a little bit of work rather than me sat here whinging. 1027. What's my landing weight going to be? 78.1. Is that going to be too much? Yeah, it is. Bollocks. Well, there's only one thing for it. Speed brakes, baby! Thanks for flying to Copenhagen. No problem. My pleasure. There's about 5 air knots on the way to Copenhagen. Yeah. Can we do a flight to Gdansk? Yeah, we could do. Not today, but another time for sure. How much do we need to lose? We need to lose only 300 kilos. That's not a ton. Not a ton. Haha. Obviously it's not a ton. Maybe we can get some extra track miles. What's my holding opportunities? How to get the custom Phoenix background? You have to log in to the plane via your web browser, and you can upload it through your web browser. Super weird. Do I see the FlyX Belfast City add-on? I saw it, but I haven't obviously used it. For New Sky, do you earn more money for the airline if you're connected to a network like VATSIM? Nope. You earn more money if you fly a scheduled route, 25% more. But as far as New Sky and we're concerned, obviously I'd encourage you to use VATSIM if you can. I think once you master it, it's going to give you probably the best flight simming experience possible. But if you are just not into it and you'd rather do you'd rather just do Beyond ATC or Say Intentions, makes no difference to the VA. But yeah, ideally if you can fly a scheduled route, the VA earns more money, 25% more, versus a free flight. Go now, 24 miles. Let's do the destination data. QNH 1027. Temperature is 7. 280 and 5. Oh, here we go. How far have we got to go? 15 miles. Can't wait for the VNAV update. Yeah, it's going to be good. That will be good. Say Intentions is a great way to train for VATSIM though. Jim's quite right. You're going to Dalman. Oh, sorry, 45 minutes from Crete. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to start descending now. I'm going to go for 4,000 feet for Adobe. Go 8,000. 8,000 for Estia. Copenhagen traffic Air 232, flight level 340, descending now on the Tidfu 3 Charlie for a 22 left ILS, Copenhagen traffic. What's better, Say Intentions or Beyond ATC? Last time I tried, I preferred Say Intentions, but then it does cost more. Beyond ATC felt a bit like it was on rails. Now Hanny at Gatwick, Infinity Simwings, would argue that, well, the whole thing's on rails. So there is something to that as well, I suppose. But yeah, there were a couple of times with Beyond ATC that it just felt... It felt like it got stuck. I think it was when we landed into Gatwick. I said whatever it was, you know, Gatwick ground, Air 232 vacated, 26 left, and then it was like, say parking. I was like, what? It didn't matter. I couldn't say the right thing to trigger it into doing the next thing. Now, as luck would have it, they've got some buttons that give you like the next appropriate responses that you could click it and then it talks to itself on your behalf. So in the end I had to do that, and then it twigged, and that's fine. But yeah, Say Intentions felt like you could almost feel like the power of that GPT AI engine. You know, like when you chat to ChatGPT, you're like, this is genuinely quite clever and genuinely quite impressive, and I can go off on a tangent and talk about something else and it will follow. It will keep up. Beyond ATC by comparison felt like a bit of a verbal command line. It's like I had to say the exact right thing, otherwise it would be like, sorry, I didn't catch that. And it's like, well, yeah, you just didn't understand. Both very impressive though, and it's a really cool use of AI. What we need is a cloud-hosted Say Intentions, where it can compute everyone's position and make contextual decisions based on surrounding traffic. What you really want is for a cloud-hosted Say Intentions to take over from VATSIM when you go to Unicom. And I understand, I appreciate you can do that now, but if you imagine that everyone on VATSIM on Unicom was being fed into Say Intentions, and it was working out, you need to go over there, you go there, vectors for you reroute over there, just sorting it all out, just like a real controller would, but for everyone, contextually, based on other people that are around. Now, that's easy to say, but that's a really hard problem to solve, and an expensive one. I think sometimes people get a bit angry at Say Intentions because of the subscription, but when you think about it, every time you pull that push-to-talk thing, you're costing them money. Like the cloud compute that you are putting on them for them to process your request, crunch the data, send it back to you. Copenhagen Control just came online. Really? So they did. 136555 it is then. It's a bit of luck. 136555. Is Oliver still online then? Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? If everyone's running their own instance of Say Intentions while also connected to VATSIM and following Say Intentions instructions, it almost needs to be cloud hosted. But then who pays for that? And then if you decide not to pay for it, well then you got one lot of Unicomers that are being directed by Say Intentions and ones that aren't. Could get messy, couldn't it? Perhaps then it's better that we stay as we are. Can I get a seat next flight? What do you mean, Daniel? A SimNord better than Fly Tampa? I got SimNord. Not tried Fly Tampa, but the advice that I received from others was to get SimNord. Yeah, I'm going to keep my speed brake out, because we're burning fuel. Doesn't seem to be helping a great deal though, does it? Yeah, I don't know which way it's going to go, Grumpy. I was just looking at that. Because Oliver's online as Copenhagen approach. Yeah. Looks like we might just go straight to Oliver. Then maybe it's best to go 119805. I guess we'll soon find out. Noms has gone straight to approach. Okay, fine. Sounds like that's what's going to happen then. Aha. Beep, beep, beep. Who's that? Hey, it's Oliver. 119805. I can do that. Copenhagen approach, Air 232, flight level 140, descending.
232, Copenhagen approach, also identified. Information Golf is current, expect vector, cell as approach on 822 left.
Information Golf on board, and we'll expect vectors for 22 left, Air 232.
232, proceed direct Charlie Hotel 630, descend flight level 60.
Proceed direct Charlie Hotel 630, and could we get the altitude one more time?
Flight level 60.
60, Air 232.
10217, turn right, heading 110 degrees, speed 200 knots.
Charlie Hotel 630. Oh, Phoenix is dive bombing me again. Alright, 10,000 feet, passengers in. Let's get some lights on. I'm going to be stressing that S1 endorsement. Oh, is there an endorsement going on right now? Oh, God. Oh, I hope we haven't just ruined everything for them.
Climb 25 Juliet, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Descend 3,000 feet, clear, 25 Juliet.
And 32 Juliet, descend altitude 4,000 feet. Be advised, similar call sign on frequency.
Thanks for the advice, descending to 4,000, 32 Juliet.
Number 271, turn right, heading 190 degrees, cleared as approach on 822 left.
Right, 190, clear direct to left, L271. Copenhagen approach, very good evening, 056 Tango, flight level 179.
I get myself a speeding ticket here.
Another 56 Tango, Copenhagen approach, hello sir, identified. Information Golf is correct, expect vector, cell as approach on 822 left.
Information Golf copy, expect vectors to left,
And at 56 Tango, proceed direct Charlie Hotel 641, descend flight level 80.
Direct to 641 and descend flight level.
It is flight sim 24, yeah.
Copenhagen approach, Scandinavian 36 Papa, heading for Costa, flight level 120.
First runway 271, speed 180 knots until 60 ME. 25 Juliet, turn right, heading at 120 degrees, speed 200 knots.
Right, 120 degrees and speed 220 knots, 200 knots, count 25 Juliet.
Skinner 36 Papa, Copenhagen approach, hello sir, identified. Information Golf is current, expect vector, so there's approach on 822 left.
Grumpy's got a new mic, Joanna.
Information Golf is current and expect vectors for to the left, Scandinavian 36 Papa.
Number 271, contact tower, 118.105, bye-bye.
Tower 118.105, thank you, bye-bye.
25 Juliet, continue the turn heading 180 degrees, cleared as approach on 822 left.
Let's continue the heading to 180 and clear ILS 22 left, Quebec 20.
That was in.
32 Juliet, descend altitude 3,000 feet, speed 220 knots.
Descend 3,000, speed 220 knots, and up 32 Juliet.
And at 232, descend altitude 5,000 feet, Copenhagen QNH 1027.
5,000 feet and QNH 1027 and not 232.
Name 36 Papa, descend flight level 80.
Flight level 80 to 36 Papa.
And at 56 Tango, descend flight level 60.
Descend flight level 60, 56 Tango.
And at 32 Juliet, maintain present heading.
Maintain present heading, 32 Juliet.
Okay, then 25 Juliet, when established, speed 180 knots until 60 ME.
When established, 180 until 6, Karen 25 Juliet.
And up 2282, and descending flight level 080.
And at 2282, Copenhagen approach, although so identified. Information Gulf is current, check vector, SLS approach runway 22 left.
Roger, expect vector 22 left, and up 2282.
And at 232, proceed direct at Olvi.
Directed OVR, not 232. Right, this is where I become a bad host. I need to concentrate.
And at 32 Juliet, turn left, heading 310 degrees, speed 200 knots.
Turn left heading 310 degrees, 200 knots, 32 Juliet.
And at 232, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
3,000 feet and not 232.
And at 56 Tango, proceed direct Charlie Hotel 627. Correction 625.
Direct Charlie Hotel 65, 56
And at 2282, descend flight level 80.
Flight level 080, and up 2282.
I don't own it, Mark.
Okay, 25 Juliet, contact tower 118.105.
I don't own the 700. Mustn't look at chat.
Tower 118.105, Karen 25 Juliet, thank you.
When's the 800 going to get the high definition update or whatever it's called?
And at 32 Juliet, turn left, heading 250 degrees, geared as approach on 82 left.
Yeah, when you put it like that, Mark.
Turn left heading 250 degrees, the ILS is 22 left, and up 32 Juliet.
And at 56 Tango, descend altitude 5,000 feet, Copenhagen QNH 1027.
Descend 5,000 feet, QNH 1027, 56 Tango.
And at 2282, descend flight level 60.
Flight level 060, and up 2282.
Don't think I'll land with the wing view. If it's all the same to you.
232, maintain present heading, speed 220 knots.
Present heading, speed 220 air, not 232.
And at 56 Tango, proceed direct at Olvi.
Direct to Dover, 56 Tango.
Oh no, Stephen.
2 Juliet, speed 200 knots until 10 DME, then 180 knots until 6.
200 till 10 DME, and 180 at 6, and up 32 Juliet.
This is all going rather well.
Now 2282, proceed direct Charlie Hotel 630.
Direct Charlie Hotel 630, and up 2282.
And at 232, speed 200 knots.
200 knots, air, not 232.
And at 56 Tango, descend altitude 3,000 feet.
Shoot.
Descend 3,000 feet, 56 Tango.
It's a bit premature.
32 Juliet, contact tower 118.105, bye-bye.
Over to 118.105.
Maps 2.
And up 32 Juliet. Thank you, bye-bye, CHC.
No, 2282, descend flight level, location altitude 5000, Copenhagen QNH 1027.
5000, QNH 1027, and not 2282.
Nice one, Shake.
Union 36 Papa, busy, direct Charlie Hotel 631.
Charlie Hotel 631, Scandinavian 36 Papa.
No, 56 Tango, maintain present heading, speed 230 knots.
Maintain present heading 230 knots.
Good evening, Durham 31 Kilo, flight level 120. Durham 31 Kilo, Copenhagen approach, hello sir, identified. Information Golf is current, expecting vector as approach on way, 22 left. Information Golf, expecting vector as 22 left, get him 31 Kilo. Union 36 Papa, descend altitude 5000 feet, Copenhagen QNH 1027.
5000 feet, QNH 1027, 36 Papa.
No, 232, turn left, heading 250 degrees, cleared as approach on 22 left.
Left 250, cleared ILS 22 left, air not 232. Feeling the pressure.
No, 2282, descend altitude 4000 feet.
4000 feet.
This is what it's all about. This is why we do it. Go around altitude is 3000.
No, 232, when established, 180 knots until 6 DME.
When established, 180 until 6, air not 232.
No, 56 Tango, I forgot, you have present heading, correct?
Correct, present heading 311.
Thank you, sir. Speed 220 knots.
Speed 220 knots, Roger. Thank you.
Good, and 31 Kilo, descend flight of 80. Sending flight of 80.
Taking bets on the go around. Thomas. Honestly. Okay, 180. till 6, yeah?
No, 232, contact tower, 118.105, bye-bye.
118105, thanks ATC, air not 232. Have a good evening, air not 232, 8 miles for 22 left.
And up 232, Capital Tower, good evening. The wind is 280 degrees, 5 knots. Continue approach, you are number 2.
Can you approach number 2 for 22 left, air not 232? Yeah, we'll go for a rock solid 600 feet per minute. That's the plan. Final approach speed. Gear down. Okay, gear down, 3 greens, auto brake medium, flaps full, spoilers are armed, go around altitude is set, lights are set. Let's land this sucker.
And up 232, runway 22 left, get land.
Clear to land, 22 left, air not 232.
And up 32, Juliet, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Alpha 22 via Bravo, Charlie, hold short runway 12.
Thanks, stand Alpha 22 via Bravo, Charlie, hold short runway 12.
So it looks like we've got a bit of a tailwind at the moment. Which is a new one.
1000.
Will you stop talking about my bad landings? Right, my controls. It's at night. Remember, I'm not good at night.
$500. $100 above. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
We're down. 300 feet. That's alright. I'll take it. That's fine. Relax, everybody. God, I don't like landing at night. I really don't enjoy it. Let's try and get off here at Bravo 4.
Airnav 32 Juliet, taxi on runway 30, vacate on Kilo 3, then Lima and Juliet.
Tower, can you repeat that, please? It seems we had a bit of interference there.
Airnav 32 Juliet, continue taxi on runway 30, vacate on Kilo 3, then Lima and Juliet.
Continue taxi on to runway 30, exit on 23, then Lima, Juliet, and on 32 Juliet.
Airnav 232, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Alpha 15 via Bravo and Yankee, cross runway 12.
Stand Alpha 15 via Bravo, Yankee, cross runway 12, 232. Alright. That was okay, wasn't it, that landing? It was alright.
Copenhagen Tower, Airnav 56 Tango. Touch 22 left with 4 miles.
That was alright.
Airnav 56 Tango, Castrop Tower, good evening. The wind is 280 degrees 5 knots. Runway 22 left, clear to land.
It's around 22 left, copy wind, 56.
Okay, where are we going? Stand Alpha. Six out of 10 could have been smoother. My God, you guys are picky. That was all right. What's the matter with you? Nothing wrong with that. New Sky's the mod. Well, it's not really designed to do that. It's designed to run the virtual airline, but it also shows you a landing rate. Okay, straight ahead then. Bravo. What was my G's?
Airnav 282 with you, 180 until 6.
Airnav 2282, Castrop Tower, good evening. The wind is 280 degrees 5 knots. Continue approach, you are number 2.
Number 2 for approach.
See, Hanny understands. There's a real pilot there.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. See, you tell him, Hanny, so I don't have to. I must get better at landing at night, though. I just feel like I lose so much contextual awareness visually. I just... Yeah. Right, crossing runway 212, so we'll do lights on again, get the strobes on to go across. 1.36 is my G's. Oh, okay.
Airlock 2282, runway 22 left, clear to
How you doing, Hannah? You good?
Line 22 left, airlock 2282.
Right, no, I'm just show off.
56 Tango, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Delta 4 via Bravo and Romeo, cross runway 12.
Thank you for the donation, Hanny. Really generous of you. I'll give you a shout tomorrow if you're around.
Airlock 56 Tango, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Delta 4 via Bravo and Romeo.
I was in the sim, my word.
Delta 4 via Bravo Romeo and clear to cross runway 12.
Roger, cross runway 12.
Cross runway 12, 56.
Perfect, will do. Someone was asking earlier, Hanny, actually, how much it is to come and have a go. And I couldn't really give them an answer. Oh, Bex, thanks for subbing on Twitch. Appreciate you, thank you very much indeed. Where am I going? Alpha 15. I'm going to be on the... Let's get the charts up. So I'm here. And we're going there. So if GSX is going to play ball... yeah, well... won't do a follow me. I need to do a GSX livery for Air Not as well. So many jobs.
Coastal Tower, Scandinavian 26 Papa, established on the final to left.
Scandinavian 26 Papa, cancel talk, good evening. The wind is 280 degrees, 5 knots. Continue approach your number 1.
Continue, number 1.
Is it not worth it, Loms? I was talking to Welsh Dad and he seemed to think he might have it cracked. Alpha 15. Alpha, what's that? Alpha 12.
Scandinavian 26 Papa, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 22 left, Scandinavian 26 Papa.
Airlock 2282, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Alpha 11 via Bravo, Yankee
Here we are.
and Mike, cross runway 12.
Alpha 11 via Bravo, Yankee and Mike, airlock 682.
And Airlock 2282, cross runway 12.
Got something
Left my taxi light on. That's my bad. Get the lights off so we don't blind the poor guy here. Starting to regret committing to the fact that I'm going to fly back to Lithuania, because it's already 9:30.
It's not often in Kastrup that we get aircraft in packs, but we got one from Vilnius today.
Yeah, sorry about that. Right, can we get a string of zeros for the parking?
I'm very pleased we could keep you busy.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Come on, don't stop. I'm properly eking this out as well, aren't I? Nope. Ah, near enough. That'll do. Right, head tracking off, parking brake on. APU's good to go. Get the bleed on. And we can listen to the engine spool down. I love that sound. Need air not announcements for the Phoenix as well. I know.
Cabin crew disarm doors.
What a sound. Love it. There we go then. Right, let's get beacon off.
Scandinavian 36 Papa, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Charlie 30 via Bravo, Yankee and Quebec, cross runway 12.
10 out of 10. See, Hanny was right. It was a great touchdown.
Taxi to stand Charlie 30 using Bravo, Yankee, Quebec. And
Great.
cross runway 12.
Great touchdown. It even says it there. In black and white. Honestly, you bloody armchair pilots. Need to have a word with yourselves.
Yes, but Air 056 Tango on stand, flight slow, big thank you for your control this evening.
Oh, Grumpy's drunk again.
Thank you very much, and thank you for flying with us. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, bye-bye.
Oh, good evening, KM 31 Kilo, fully established ILS 22 left.
Take this one.
Kilo Castor Tower, good evening. The wind is 280 degrees 5 knots, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Get that flight booked. Better than real life. Wow. It is interesting. Obviously, we've just been to Tunisia and come back, and obviously been on a plane. And I think you can get in your own head as a simmer. You can definitely get in your own head, like the whole butter that the whole sim community chases after. I don't know. I kind of feel like you're chasing shadows after a certain point, because let me tell you, some of the landings, or one of the landings we had, was definitely not that, but it was fine, you know. But had I done that on stream, everyone would have been there like, oh, that was too hard, that was too hard. Like, it's fine. Give over. Right, we are now flying back to... I've forgotten the name of the place already. Vilnius. Vilnius. Air time's going to be longer in the air this time. God, I need to get a move on then, otherwise I'm going to be late to bed. And we can't have that. Butter is not needed. Tell that to this lot. That is filed. I'm going to do the old disconnect and reconnect trick to hopefully not cause a problem by using the same call sign on the way back. Stop putting the butter emoji. Or I'll take it away. That'll be a CIMEG departure. Oh yeah, so we'll be sort of out of your airspace quite quickly, I suppose. That's too bad. That's too bad. Right. in the interest of time, I'm going to reset everything. I'm going to import the flight plan, and I'm going to reload the plane instantly. Okay? Because otherwise, we'll be here all night. Instantly. There we go. Good. So we can do ATSU, AOC. Yeah, nobody tell Hanny about what happened to Brussels. Okay, Copenhagen. These two should switch. Yeah, there they go. Good. Init. Let's do that. Seeing as we're doing such a quick turnaround, I'm going to just stay on the APU and we'll get out of here. And I'm going to pop into the house and get a beverage, I think. Cost index 60350. It's our cruise. Let's get the wind. The only delusion was coming from chat on that day. Mostly noms. Make no mistake. Okay, we'll insert that. Got to take the scenic route. So what will I suppose I'll talk to yeah, I'll talk to you, Oliver, presumably, and then it will be over to Unicom pretty much straight after, right? So what's it got? I'm just looking at, yeah, Cymeg 9 Charlie. We're doing 22... What's the departure runway? Scroll down. 22 right. Good. 22 right. Cymeg 9 Charlie. Pop that in. Into Vilnius. We're going to do 01. Like we were on the way out. Take Zulu, and we're going to go on the OtNav 2 Alpha. Ooh, where are you? There you are.
KLM 31 Kilo. Continue taxi.
Go via Buildy.
Vacate on Kilo 3, and then Lima.
That'll do nicely. Secondary flight plan. We'll start with EKCH/EKCH in there. We'll put in our SID. I'm never sure if I'm doing this correctly, but it works for me, and I don't really run failures anyway. Cymeg 9 Charlie.
Alpha 11, just wanted to say thank you for the ATC and have a very good evening.
Thank you to you too. Thank you for flying with us, and have a nice evening.
Right, there's 22 left. There we go. So at least if we do need to come back, we've got some waypoints we can quickly load into.
Lufthansa 169, Castle Tower, good evening. The wind is 290 degrees, 6 knot, runway 22 left, clear to land. Runway 22 left, clear to land, Lufthansa 169.
Right, let's send that to the MCDU. We will do departure, 22 right dry, sync the load sheet, sync the weather. Flaps 2, up 0.7. Go on then. Let's do that. So init page B has come across. We are fueled because there's been 1 or 2 times where GSX has not fueled us, so it's always good to know that. 157 V1, 162 rotate, 162 V2, flaps 2, up 0.7, flex temp 54. Sweet! We're doing good. We're doing good. Nice. Let's clear the scratch pad. So I need to get some clearance. To right.
From the 169, can we have the winds again? The wind
Climeg.
290 degrees, 6 knots.
9 Charlie is what we're expecting. Of course, we may be given something else. Nice. What's the current ATIS here? Golf. And that is QNH 1027 still. Jolly good. Right, let's say hello to Tower again. Cheers, James. Tower, good evening again. Air 232, stand Alpha 15 with information Golf, aircraft type Airbus A321 with IFR clearance to Vilnius.
Air 232, information hotel is now current. Cleared to Vilnius via CMAC 9 Charlie departure, squawk 1371.
Information hotel now on board. Cleared to Vilnius via the CMAC 9 Charlie, squawk 1371, Air 232.
Air 232, read back correct.
J. Happy days. Alright, APU's running. People are belted up. Let's get the show on the road, shall we? What's my initial climb? 70. Reset the rudder. Now, GSX, why aren't you sorting stuff out for me? Because people are still deboarding. Brilliant. 3 more to go. Come on. Off you get. 220 passengers are deboarded. Okay, there goes the jetway, that's good.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Livery does look nice, doesn't it, on the 21? Biased, massively, but...
Check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Lufthansa 169, Power 5. Lufthansa 169, welcome to Copenhagen.
Here it comes.
Taxi via Bravo, turn left on runway 30, vacate on Kilo 3, hold short Zulu. Your stand is Alpha 21.
Now,
Roger, Lufthansa 169, I will taxi via
where am I going to get
Bravo,
pushed?
runway 30, vacate via Kilo 3, then Zulu, stand Alpha 21.
Should be quite a short taxi, actually, from here, shouldn't it? That's going to work in our favour.
Can confirm that was holding short, Zulu 3? Roger, vacate on Kilo 3 and then hold short Zulu. Of course, vacate Kilo 3, holding short Zulu, Lufthansa 169.
Okay, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Tower Air 232, stand Alpha 15, ready for push and start.
Out of the 232, push and start is approved. Release point Yankee 0, face east.
Mission start approved. Release point Yankee 0. Face east. NOT 232. Right. Where in the world is that? I need some taxi charts. Taxi. Okay.
Copenhagen Tower, go out and KLM 2723, final runway 22 left.
We'll do it on the map.
2730, welcome to Copenhagen. Takeoff Tower, runway, correction, the wind is 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22 left, clear to land. Clear to land, runway 22 left, KLM 2730, thanks.
There it is. So I want to go to here, then to about there. Damn it. Go on, making a meal of this. Right, let's put you there.
Lufthansa 169, continue taxi on Lima and Juliet to stand Alpha 21. Continuing on Lima and Juliet, stand Alpha 21, Lufthansa 169.
I might just have to do that. That looks about right.
Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines
Okay, AP
clear.
bleed is on. Let's go.
KLM 2730 going around 22 left. KLM 2730, roger, fly runway heading, climb 3,000 feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
Runway heading, climb 3,000, KLM 2730.
to you, as we are about to demonstrate the safety features.
And KLM 2730, follow standard missed approach procedure, contact approach on 119.805. Follow standard missed approach procedure and contact approach on 119.85, thanks, KLM 2730.
Please pay attention to illuminated signs and including the following safety procedures.
Set parking brakes.
Card found in your seat pocket contains
Flaps
important
2. What's my trim? Up 0.7. Right, what's changed with the information hotel? QNH changed? No, that's all okay still.
Tower, good evening, Line 7 Whiskey Alpha, ILS 22 left.
Line 7 Whiskey Alpha, Castor Tower, good evening. The wind is 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22 left, clear to land.
To the left, clear to land, Line 7 Whiskey Alpha.
Okay, there they go.
From the 169 on box, thanks for
Tow
service
truck
and good luck with the
disconnected.
endorsement.
Bypass pin removed.
Thank you very much, my exam is tomorrow.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Yeah, you'll get it. I hope so. Goodbye, bye-bye. Goodbye, have a nice evening.
Now, what was Oliver's frequency? One 119.805. 119.805. How am I going to say that? Arakit, thank you for the follow on Twitch. 119.805. Okay, taxi light on. 2 good engine starts. Tower, NOT 232, ready for taxi.
And up 232, taxi to holding point runway 22 right via Yankee and Alpha, cross runway 12.
Holding point 22 right via Yankee and Alpha, cross 12, NOT 232, thanks. 3 weeks left of jet fuel for EasyJet, no way. Ari is fine, nice. It's really, I need to sort out the capitalization on those tickets that appear on screen because it kind of looks... It's hard, because obviously people use capitalization to sort of break up their name, if it's all one string. And it's kind of hard to decipher it if it's not like that. Anyway, that's a me problem. Okie dokie. So what we're doing, Yankee and Alpha, let's go. See you, Grumpy. Bit of an experiment this last leg, because I've got a feeling when I look at my viewing figures after the stream is over, the second leg will not be watched that much.
Ryanair 660 Delta, Casper Tower, good evening. The wind is 290 degrees.
But you got to try these things.
Runway 22 left, clear to land. Beeline 7 Whiskey Alpha, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Bravo 9 via Bravo, Yankee and Papa.
Bravo 9 via Bravo, Yankee and Papa, Beeline 7 Whiskey Alpha.
Oh, thanks, Fab. I don't begrudge it. Like, it's getting late, isn't it? Maybe on the evening streams we need to do maybe one leg that's a bit longer than like an hour and a half. Maybe do like a, I don't know, Alicante back to Gatwick. And then that's that, you know. Maybe we need to do that on the evening streams a bit more. Rather than doing rotations, because you think, oh, it's only an hour there and an hour back, but once you actually factor in the taxi, either way, the turnaround, you know, it all adds up. Whereas if you've only got the one rotation, how you doing, Aidan? In Copenhagen we have permission and it is standard. Hang on, I just need to do this turn, then I'll read that.
Beeline 7 Whiskey Alpha, are we clear to cross the runway?
Beeline 7 Whiskey Alpha, cross runway 12.
Crossing 12, Beeline 7 Whiskey Alpha, thank you.
Why is the chat gone large again? What do you mean? Same as it always was. You got your S1? Nice. Unfortunately, I will not be able to fly at that time. I'm really sorry. I'd love to otherwise. Congrats on the S1 though. That's amazing. Good for you. Okay, let's keep following Alpha, which I believe is this away. Should we go Alpha 1? Okay. Looks huge. No, I haven't changed anything, Nobs.
232, the wind is 290 degrees 6 knots, runway 22 right, clear for takeoff. Have a nice flight, bye bye.
Live takeoff 22 right, N-Not 232, thank you.
Ryanair 66 Zulu Delta, welcome to Copenhagen. Taxi to stand Foxtrot 5 via Bravo, Romeo and Whiskey, cross runway 12.
I think that Brussels delusion's coming back to haunt you, Noms. I think that's what it is, probably.
Taxi to Foxtrot 5 via Bravo Romeo Whiskey, cross runway 12 for the
Okay, let's take Alpha 1. Claudio, cheers for follow. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Tara, lights on. Stop clock. Get out there. Alright, let's do it. Turn and burn. Let's go. Manflex 54, SRS green, auto thrust blue.
Ryanair 660 Delta, cross runway 12.
3-1, rotate. Done it again. Positive climb. Gear up. Sort of wanted to nose forward then, despite me giving it loads of back pressure.
Okay, I'm 2730 ILS 2 up.
KLM 2730, Castle Tower, good evening again. The wind is 290 degrees, 6 knots, runway 22 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, 22 left, KLM 2730, thanks.
Levers climb. Dip the nose. See you, Noms. See you soon, matey.
Beeline 7 Whiskey Alpha, parked at gates. Thanks for the AC. Good luck with your endorsements.
Thank you very much and have a nice evening.
You too.
Okay, flaps away. There we go. When am I going over to Oliver then? Can't be long, can it? Automatic handover. Let's talk to Oliver then. Approach air 232, passing 5,000 feet on the CIMEG 9 Charlie.
232, Copenhagen approach sir identified. Scenic or standard route?
Continue standard route, not 232.
233, roger, climb flight level 190, direct to CIMEG.
Flight level 190, direct to CIMEG, not 232. Direct CIMEG. Felt a little bit quiet. I felt like I probably should be handing myself off. I wasn't 100% sure. That's my bad. I should have checked that. So what time are we getting in? 20 past 11. That's alright, it's not too bad, is it? Yeah, I think probably going forward, nighttime streams, automatically handed over passing 1,000. Okay, my bad. Sorry, Oliver. Nice little shortcut, straight to CIMEG. What's that, 30 miles out? Go, dip the nose, get a bit more speed. Now we're past 10,000. Hey B. We used to give the frequency upon takeoff clearance, but we're doing like they do in Germany and across a couple of the departure frequencies on the charts now. Across a couple of the departure frequencies on charts. Let's have a look then. Let's get my pilot on while I... So after takeoff, remain on tower until 1000, then contact Castrip departure. Okay, yeah. Totally my bad. I shall remember that for next time and pay more attention going forward. Damn, B, that's impressive. Well, it is now completely dark, but we can get some nice views of Copenhagen. Oh yeah, Oliver, I missed that message. I was busy taxiing, wasn't I? I said I'd reread it and I think it got lost in the scroll. Whoopsie.
Hello, 232, unfortunately no further ATC, Mountain Advisory 122.8, have a nice flight.
122.8, thank you very much indeed, not 232. One, 2, 2, decimal, 8. Decimal. Yeah. 122 decimal 8. Boff, there we go. What do you mean by cross couple? When you say cross couple, what exactly do you mean? As Oliver said. What's my favourite part of the setup I couldn't live without? Ooh. I like it all, but I would really struggle to live without my AB9 at this point. or a suitable alternative for it. Having a force feedback flight stick, and I know the Airbus isn't a force feedback system. You couple multiple frequencies together like a bandbox so you can hear each other across multiple frequencies. Oh. Do Australia do that? I'm sure I've had that in Australia before. And it really confused me. Yeah, I'd really hate to give up my AB9. It's, I was a little bit reluctant to sort of jump on the force feedback bandwagon, really. So I was like, well, why would you want force feedback? Because the real Airbus isn't force feedback, it's just springs and it's just dampers. But the way the force feedback motors replicate those springs and replicate those dampers better than a consumer level flight sim stick that has springs and dampers is phenomenal. Don't get me wrong, you pay a pretty price, but it's very, very good. See you, Copenhagen. I like a bit of Copenhagen, I do. Right, 350. Copenhagen traffic Air 232, climbing now flight level 350. Well, I guess we'll just stare into pitch black for the next hour, shall we? Would you say that AB6 would yield similar enough feeling to be worth it? If you're just flying Airbus, probably not. So I've got a review of it on the channel, they sent it over. I went into it thinking it could be the perfect Airbus stick because it's not as strong as the AB9, but then if all you're doing with it is replicating the resistance of a spring, it doesn't need to be that strong. You know, it's not like we're fighting with a fighter jet and you can feel it all coming through or whatever. Mind you, probably most fighter jets don't have it either, but get my point. Airbus flying is fairly sedate, isn't it? So I was like, cool, it's half the strength for the AB9, but we probably don't need all that strength. So, great. And the thing that, in my opinion, where the issue was, is it was the force feedback technology. So the AB9 uses a belt drive system, and the AB6 uses a gear drive system. So the issue is when you're doing very, very, very fine movements, which is what you should be doing in an Airbus, you shouldn't be like wrestling with the stick. It should be very small movements if you're flying nicely. You can almost feel the teeth of the gears sort of interlocking as you move the stick. So you sort of feel these little notches, almost like the second hand ticking on a clock. It's that kind of very, very small movement. And it's fine, it's usable, don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh my god, I can't use this, it's terrible. But if you're going for end game Airbus realism, that ain't it. But it is still very usable. Like, I had a good time flying with it, don't get me wrong. But that's the difference. And it's reflected in the price, of course, so pay your money, take your choice, I suppose. I think if you were flying like DCS and you were sort of doing loop-the-loops in a whatever, and you're sort of whoosh, 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 you're moving the stick so quickly, you're less likely to feel those notches so much. But it's when you're literally moving the stick such a small amount, you almost feel the stick going clink, clink, click, 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 click through the notches. Can be a bit off-putting. Oh, gutted, Stephen. So in this instance, if you'd called on 124980, pilots on 199805 would have heard me. And 119805 is the... That would have been... That was Oliver's frequency, right? My camera's moved. This one, yeah, a little bit. I had to move it to try and get as much in shot as I can. That's the problem. Which again makes me sort of think I need to move the whole setup around. Gah! What a faff. What an absolute faff. Well, I'm going to make the executive decision in a moment to pop to the kitchen and get a beverage. After I've let the passengers out. Bung! Is there anyone online? What sort of time does stuff start going off generally? Like most of the... Is Germany still? Yeah, Germany's going quiet now, and it's getting later, I suppose. It's also an hour later on the continent. Got to keep that in mind. See, that to me looks like daytime Germany. Few towers online. Pretty much nothing in the UK except for Eddie and one of the London airports. This is looking like daytime VATSIM. Although it's looking busy down here. Is there an event on or something? Because that is fully... that's quite well staffed, that, isn't it? It's almost like they were trying to make a little path down to Ibiza or something. Germany's usually off by 22 local. Yeah, so maybe I need to bear that in mind then for these evening streams. The thing is, in the daytime, I've got a nice big block of time. If I start at 9:30 in the morning and we crack on to like 2:30, 2:45, I have to stop then because I've got to go and pick the kids up. But that's like a good 5 and a bit hours, you know, that's really good. And we can do lots of legs. And the evening streams, although it's a more popular time to be online, according to YouTube analytics at least, we don't have as long. Because there's no way I can start really before 7. 7:30, 7 would be... If I was tempted to schedule the stream for 7 tonight instead of 7:30, my time. I nearly did it, and I'm so glad I didn't, because I'd have been late. 7:30 was perfect timing. By the time we'd sort of gotten the kids back from swimming lessons and sorted out dinner and, you know, all that boring life stuff that you have to do. Yeah, 7:30 was just right. And I feel like 2 rotations, even if they're only about an hour, it can be a bit... Feels maybe like we're trying to squeeze a bit too much in. Because if I was doing like a Alicante to Gatwick and we started at 7:30, wheels up by 8, back at Gatwick for sort of 10:15, about now, I feel like that would be about right. So maybe we need to be looking at sort of like 2-ish hour legs for an evening stream and just do one. And no more shall there be the question, will there be another leg? Why am I not going where, Oliver? Ooh, got hiccups. To Needham. Where's that? I guess we could go to Needham, couldn't we? Cheers for subbing, Dunk. Or following, I mean. Let's do that. Let's cut out a bit of time. Where is it? Needham. There we go. That's taken a few minutes off. This is a late one, Rob. Yeah, I was just talking about that. I feel like perhaps doing 2 legs tonight was not the smartest idea. But had we only done the 1 leg, I feel like it would have been a bit of a short flash in a pan of a stream. So maybe for the evenings we need to be looking at like a 2-hour-ish leg. Like we were just saying, like Alicante to Gatwick, or Gatwick to Alicante, or that sort of thing, you know? Oh, TikTok says your live is not eligible for recommendation and is restricted in search results as we have detected suspicious activity that may violate our integrity and authenticity policies. If you think we've made a mistake, you can appeal it. Alright, I'll appeal it. I mean, honestly, TikTok, if... Whatever. Whatever. Whatever, TikTok. Honestly, I feel like the algorithm stuff is so weird on TikTok. I give up with it, really. The amount of times that I get restricted or like shadow banned or unable to go live for 48 hours because the Airbus says that word it says when it's time to put the throttles to idle. The amount of times it's had a go at me for that. And I've appealed it, and I've even written a little note saying, look, I'm a flight simmer, this is the Airbus, it is a genuine use of the word, it is by design. Rejected. So, okay, fine. I very much doubt a human even read it, to be honest. Brick wall comes to mind. Yeah, we should save ourselves a good bit of mileage going direct to Needham. That was a good call, Oliver. Good call, good call. Right. I'm going to quickly disconnect from VATSIM. I know there's no one around, but just in case anyone comes online while I'm in the house, I'll be back in 2 minutes, and we will see if we can get another nice landing in the book. See you in a moment. Right, I'm back. Also, look what I found. I found the world's biggest espresso shot. Cheers. Night, Joanna. Good to see you still on. Keen to watch a descent. Have started swimming recently and just about mastered taking off an autopilot, but my descents are failing badly. How are you doing it? You doing it in managed, or are you doing it in open descent? I mean, if you do a managed descent, you can't really go too far wrong. Because it will get you to the right waypoints at the right height. You might need to do a bit of speed brake to keep things under control. Komosko, it is definitely a very large coffee. And I'm not lying. Honest. Would I lie to you? I also found a bag of quavers. Big up the quavers. A300 looks fine. Good to go. Yes! Wicked. That's well good news. Cheers, Fab. Oh, it's alright, Rob. It's a decaf. This is the advantage of doing nighttime streams. I can have a coffee and not feel like a complete waste of space. There he is, look. He's loving it. No, Deckers, it's a pint of espresso. Just a really big crammer. Yeah, you got good instincts, Komosko. I'll say that. Why do my headphones keep cutting out? Maybe my cable's got a little break in it, who knows? Coffee. Right. I've dropped a quaver. Man down. 2-second rule. Oh, they do beer-coloured coffee now, do they? I'll have to have one of those next stream. Those like bright orange coffees that you get. Might have to have one of those. Has TikTok allowed me back in yet? Don't know. I just don't know with TikTok, honestly. Feels very strange. Can't work it out. It's like sometimes I'll see someone streaming and they will just be streaming a wing view with no talking, no engagement, no nothing. And they'll have like hundreds of views. And it's like, what? Meanwhile, I'm here at 2 views. So, yeah. I'll look out for it, Komosko, when I'm next at the shops. Have I flown the fly-by-wire at A320? If so, what's the difference to the Phoenix? So I started this channel on the fly-by-wire. Flew it a ton. You got to keep in mind, like pre-Phoenix, it was amazing. It still is amazing. It's free, and it's so good. Like, it's got a couple of shortcomings. Like, some people don't like the fact that it uses the Asobo 3D model. I done a video on it quite recently, because it's now compatible with 2024. And I did a video where we went back and revisited it. It was really good. My landing wasn't. Although I do have an excuse for that now. I realised that I didn't set the sensitivity curve to like minus 30%, which I should have done. So I think I did a really good job, in hindsight. But we do, I'll show you the Airnaut website. If you go to the liveries page, in the last couple of days, we've added, where is it? We've got an A380 livery for fly-by-wire, and also, where the hell is it? There it is, A320neo fly-by-wire. So this is a 2024 livery, because our 2021 crashed the sim. So these are all the planes that we've got liveries for. 319, 320, 321, the Neo, fly-by-wire, INI 340, INI 350, Airbus A380, fly-by-wire. These PMDGs are subject to change because, of course, this is the 800 variant, and they've done the high detail thing, haven't they? But they've only rolled that out to the 700 and the 600 so far. So we're waiting on the 800, and when we get the updated paint kit, I will go to town on those two, and we'll have a new... because it's probably going to be that these liveries break once they do that update, to be quite honest. We've got the 300ER, 200ER. This one was really interesting, the 200ER livery, because I don't own this plane. So I developed the livery, and I would send it to Ryan, and he would run it on his machine and tell me if it worked or not. So it's quite a long feedback loop, but we got there in the end. And obviously the freighter I own. And all of our 2020 liveries are kind of deprecated, legacy mode, you know. So they exist, you can still download them, but I certainly won't be doing any more development work on new ones, and or doing any work on these. They just are at this point. Got to draw a line in the sand, otherwise it's bad enough doing the 24 ones. If you know what I mean. So yeah, if you want to get yourself some liveries and come fly with us, you're more than welcome. You'll be more than welcome. And if you're flying on New Sky with us for the virtual airline properly, keep an eye on this on the front page. So this basically is, you can click through to view all idle planes. I've hooked into New Sky via its API, and I've pulled out a list of all the planes that have basically been abandoned. So anything that's been sat around for more than 10 days. So a plane that's been flown somewhere on a scheduled flight on New Sky and then not flown since. So if you fancy being useful, you could fly this exact reg out of Brussels to somewhere, and it would get this plane off the list. Only if you want to. But I know some people are like, I don't know what to do, I don't know where to fly. It's like, fly those. Make yourself useful. Stella and Moretti. Alright. I'll keep an eye open for those. But yeah, fly-by-wire, really important plane. Like, super important plane. Like, this channel wouldn't exist without it. Like, that was the... when I started the channel, it was the cornerstone of the channel. It really was. And I learnt everything on that plane. Like, when I first got that plane, first couple of videos I did for the channel, like YouTube Shorts, I did in the default A320. And Then I heard about this fly-by-wire thing, and I was so naive. I kind of thought to myself, well, you don't want to be using a third-party plane, you want to use the default ones, because the default ones are made by the sim developer, therefore they're going to be better. How wrong I was. Still fly it occasionally, yeah, we should do a stream with it, really. For the A320s on your list, does it matter if it's Neo, CO, fly-by-wire or default? So, for example, this one, you can tell by the reg. So G-N, that basically means Great Britain, N for not. 321, which is obviously Airbus A321. 15 means it's the 15th one that we leased. And the IS, the I means IAE engines, and S means sharklets. Therefore it has to be Phoenix. The GX, anything with GX is planes that are for X-plane, because we've got a few X-planers that like to fly with us. This one here, A320, so G-N 320 12, so it's the 12th one. CFM engines, wing fence. So again, that has to be Phoenix. The Neos, we have one Innie builds Neo, and all the rest are fly-by-wire. Cheers, Oliver. Thanks for all the help tonight. Appreciate you. I'll see you soon, mate. I'd argue the 380 wouldn't exist without the fly-by-wire. Yeah, totally. Like, it's free, and it's better than some payware. Crazy, really. New Sky is free to use. Yep. Away you need a high score to join the VA, but no idea what my eventual landing scores will be. So how it works is you have a pilot score. So you have a, just like you would get yourself a Facebook account. Oh, it's alright, Steve. I'm drinking a coffee. Decided to get a pint of espresso. I feel like maybe it's gone on a bit too late, to be honest, Steve, but we'll adjust things going forward. I want to start doing a bit more in the evening, so. How long am I on for? We are landing at 11:15. So, I don't know, 20 past. Flew to Belfast Airport the other day, tried to land twice, very strong winds, holding for 1.5 hours. Wow. Steve, I'm showing the school night all the respect it deserves. I.e. none. But yeah, talking about New Sky, yes, it is free to use, and you get yourself an account, and your account will have an individual pilot rating score. So every flight you do for any virtual airline will contribute to your personal New Sky score. So if you keep getting 10s, your score will be 10. If you get loads of 10s and you get a 7, then you'll get, your average will be, I don't know, like 9 point something. So we used to have it that all you needed to do was get 8.0. You have to do a training flight first with the New Sky Academy, which is like where you can practice with New Sky without fear of being judged or anyone being mad at you. So you can build up your pilot score with that. Then you can start applying to the airlines once you've A, feel confident, and B, have built up a score that is suitable. You're damn right I am, Baxter. Good evening, by the way. How are you? I still haven't seen your application for the virtual airline yet, Baxter. I keep looking for it. Still. Cheers. You bastard. I was fine. So needy. So needy. I was thinking we should start doing some Halo during the cruise. If we could like make the flight sim sort of shrink down into like where my camera now. Oh, my camera's moved. Someone said my camera's moved and I didn't realise what they meant. They're absolutely right. My camera has moved. It's now moved back. That's what they meant. Whoopsie. But yeah, we used to have the New Sky score at 8. So if you did a practice flight for the New Sky Academy, got more than 8 out of 10, we'd let you straight in. Without meaning to sound rude, that let quite a few people in that perhaps weren't ready. Now we've upped it to 9. We're getting some people saying, oh, I'm having quite a hard time getting my score up to 9. And it's like, that's probably a good thing. And I'm not saying that like nastily, it's because it gives you more time to practice and be confident, and then you can join the airlines and not sort of feel like you're not ready for it. It's good for everyone. You got to drag it out, Steve. I'd inhale these if I could. Can't beat a bag of quavers. Unless it's mini cheddars or cheese savouries. But yeah, ever since we've put the score up to 9, the amount of crashes have gone way down. The amount of really bad landings have gone way down. Like landing 25 meters to the left of the runway, bad. Like, I get that, I was rubbish not that long ago. Like, everyone has to start somewhere. I appreciate that. But doing so while flying for a virtual airline probably isn't the way. I'll turn it into a triangle in a minute, Steve. That'll be my trick. Red hot mini cheddars? Oh no. Does New Sky take into account any real world experience? None whatsoever. Yeah, it's not only doing good flights, it's also getting to learn how New Sky works as well. Quite right. Right, watch this. I'll turn this into a triangle for you. You'll love this. Come on. There we go. Triangle. Follow for more. Now, is that land I can see? It is. You there for a stag? Nice. Yeah. That is the coast of Lithuania, I believe. Well, it sort of looks like we're on the border between Lithuania and Poland? Yeah, Poland. Is that Gdansk down to our... No, it's not. Where's Gdansk? Thank you, Daxter. It's not Guinness, Steve. It's a giant shot of espresso. You know me, I wouldn't lie to you. Proper descent, where are you? How long? 100 miles, it's getting really hot in here. Right, what's going on? Runway 01. Apparently is not used. Really? Oh, OG's in! OG, you're back and you've gifted 5 members. Legend. Thank you, my friend. Hey, Mark. I'm having a bit of a nightmare setting it up. I also have... Be sure to say thanks to OG if you got a member, by the way. I also have this, but I'm having a right nightmare setting it up. It works. It's just, where the hell do I put it? It's, yeah, I need to have a proper think. Thank you, OG. Thank you again for that. That's awesome of you. You, sir, are a legend. Oh, and Kamosko subbed to Prime as well. Thanks, man. Thank you, thank you. All of you. So what's the wind doing? Variable at 1 knot. It's saying it's not used. Given that I'm the only person in Lithuania, I think I can probably do whatever I want. I think we should do a Halo. Hell yeah. I've just finished the campaign. I've just finished playing through Halo Infinite on Heroic. I bought it on the Steam sale. Not very long ago for like 16 quid. And I was like, you know what? I had a great time playing it on Game Pass. I don't have Game Pass anymore. I really wanted to play it again. Such an underrated game. So underrated. So is 19 the preferred runway then? How come I randomly decided to get everything else? What do you mean, Bacon? Everything else as in... That seriously say what I thought it said? Triangle Quaver. Started something now, haven't I? Wind control equipment. Yeah, so, right, funny story. I told this story earlier. Some of you might have heard it, but I'll tell it again. I bought the throttles just because I wanted them. And I got this message, a DM from Wind Control on Instagram being like, we haven't heard back from you. Could you check your junk emails? I was like, what are you talking about? I haven't emailed you. I can spell TCP. Why can I spell TCP? Never mind. And it turns out someone had been emailing Wind Control from like a random email address, linking to my account, being like, yeah, I'm Air Not. Send me some stuff, basically. And they emailed back being like, you haven't responded to our emails. I was like, well, I haven't emailed you. So, yeah, that was a weird one. But kind of cool in that it put us in touch, and now, yeah, it's great, but couldn't believe it. The cheek of it. Crazy. How you doing, Stamina? Yeah, it's unusual for me to be streaming at this time, but I do want to do more of it. Right, what's going on in real world? In Lithuania. If in doubt, what's the real world doing? Has that one seriously just turned off the transponder? Where are you going? Moscow. Okay. What to do? I didn't update the overlay, my bad. So yeah, annoying as it was that somebody was pretending to be me to basically try and get some free stuff out of a company, which is a really shitty thing to do. It did kind of put us in touch, because my paths never really crossed with Wind Control, which is fine. Like, I've got no right to be in touch with anyone. Like, right, let's update that. There we go. It's better. But yeah, still kind of nice that we did get in touch in the end. For a really weird interaction that someone else started. But then, like, why would they not respond to them? Surely if you did want to get the free stuff, you would be, like, responding to them. And not ghosting them to the point where they reach out to me on Instagram, DMs. And then it's like, oh. Then the penny drops. Stupid person. I'm going to go just... I don't know, I'm going to go with 0-1. It says 1-9 though. Should we go 1-9? Oh, screw it, let's go 1-9. Who cares? No, you dropped the ball there, Kamosko. The early bird gets the worm. But yeah, obviously I emailed other brands that I've worked with being like, guys, you need to, you know, be on guard here. There's someone pretending to be me trying to get free stuff. And I said, I will only ever email you from this address, so don't be thinking anyone else is me ever. And a couple of them were like, yeah, oh yeah, it's very common. Very, very common. Don't worry about it. We have internal processes designed, like if we reach out to a creator, that's obviously fine because we've done it on our own back. And obviously it's us reaching out, therefore it's all good. Where if someone reaches out to us, they said we've got very strong internal processes to make sure that it's all legit. So it's clearly a thing. Crazy though, isn't it? Right, ILS Zulu 19. And we'll take the OTNAV to Bravo. Ease up. Top of descent isn't long. Well, maybe Wind Control sort of figured it out themselves before it was too late. I think they probably did, to be honest. Then, like, anyone could just make an @gmail.com address, like, you know? Yeah, I don't think the guy got the stuff, thankfully. But what an asshole. Medium auto brake, please and thank you. Hi, I may not send me stuff. It just really grosses me out. I remember when the throttles came out, people were like, are you going to get them? Are they sending them to you? It's like, no. They're like, why not? It's like, well, I'm not entitled to a damn thing. Like, why? They don't have to. I don't really like reaching out being like, oh, hi. Send me a thing for free. Ugh, so cringy and horrible. It's like, if I want it that bad, I'll just pay for it, as evidenced by me buying the throttles. Like, it's fine, it's all good. Happy to support if I actually want the thing, you know. Top of descent, 15 miles. What are you going to do, eh? 10 miles. Nearly home. So what's the plan? Need to be at altitude... 6,000 at Mesop. 2,700. Oh, I'll just do that. We're basically on our own, aren't we? Beg Skalaki. Yeah. But it's funny, when I went up to, well, Hanny, who was in the chat earlier, Infinity Sim Wings, when I went up to Gatwick to see him, obviously he's got all Skalaki gear. He's got like the full everything. And they saw my video and they were like, oh, it's nice to see our cockpit doing well. I was like, yeah. I remember thinking like, yeah, just send me one of those for review, will you? Vilnius traffic 8.232, flight level 350, descending for an ILS approach into runway 19 on the OTNAV 2 Bravo departure, transitioning at Mesop. Doubt anyone heard that, because I think I'm the only person in Lithuania. So, yeah, I think we're going to be just fine. Come on, Linus, wake up and give me some ATC. The hell? Bang out of order. You tried their full-size sim at FS weekend. Damn, that must have been nice. Back to Vilnius. Yep. Yep. So, it'd be interesting to see what this runway's like to land on. Because it's a freeware airport, this one, but it looked fairly decent. The terraforming looked good as well. Did look a bit lumpy bumpy, so we need to be aware of that, and we do need to flare a little bit more. I didn't flare quite enough coming into Copenhagen. Poor Linus, I know. Working the boy too hard, aren't we? Never mind. Wait. 12 minutes past 11 we'll be there. Or 10 Zulu. So, quarter of an hour. Easy peasy. How long's the flight been? Where did we fly from? We flew from Copenhagen, so it's been about hour and 15? Would you say? That's about right, isn't it? Yeah. So we flew out from here to Copenhagen. We done a turnaround in Copenhagen and we flew back. I think probably though it's been a bit too long. I feel like... Palm, thank you for the follow on Twitch. I feel like... Yeah, I feel like maybe this second leg has been a bit too far. Because it's easy to think, oh, it's only an hour out to Copenhagen and it's only an hour back. But once you factor in everything else that happens around the flying, it can actually take quite a while. How you doing, Pom? So, I don't know. We were saying earlier, we've got loads of time when we stream in the daytime. Loads and loads of time. 9:30 till like 2:30, 2:45. That's a good 5 and a bit hours. Like, we can go to a lot of places in that time. We could do 2, maybe 3 legs of, and they can be decently sized legs. Evening time, I can't really start any earlier than 7:30 my time. So even if you do like 2 1-hour legs, just the flying time alone, that's 9:30. Add on half an hour at the start to do the initial, you know, saying hello to everyone and starting the plane up. That's 10 o'clock. Probably you need another half an hour at least on the turnaround. That's 10:30. That's before go-arounds. That's before taxiing. That's before, you know. So I wonder whether we're better off doing like a 2-hour single leg in the evenings. Or 2 really short ones, like Manchester, Dublin and back. That sort of thing. You know what I mean? Cheers, Fab. Thanks for helping with the A300. I swear I can still smell TCP. Make the evening streams a clean-up for the idle list. That's a good idea, Deckers. That's a bloody good idea, actually. Yeah, something like a hour and a half. Something between an hour and a half and 2.5 hours, I think, would be just a single leg. That'd be just the ticket, because it'd be 8 o'clock by the time you get moving. 2 hours will take you till about 10, 2.5 till 10:30, land, if there's no go around. Get to the gate, say our goodbyes. It's going to be getting on for 11 PM, isn't it? Like, not being rude, right now at this very moment, I would much rather not be streaming. I know that sounds bad, but it's 11 o'clock. I'm tired. Barely said hello to my wife all night. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm enjoying the simming, don't get me wrong, but it would have been nice to have been done 45 minutes ago. If that makes sense. Then we'll have time to watch a little bit of telly before going to bed and yada yada yada. So yeah. Yeah, maybe some clean-up ops might be the way to do it. That's a brilliant idea, Deckers, actually. I'm surprised I didn't think of that. Probably the coffee going to my head. Come on, Sco. Behave. When's our decel? I'm going to go... Must have a decel coming up soon. See ya, Hazza. Go to sleep, mate. You can always watch it tomorrow on the replay. I missed your altitude when you went from 3.5 to 2.7. Did you just dial it in manually and set it to manage? Yep. I'm being super lazy because there's no ATC online. There's no one else around. I've pretty much got poetic license to do whatever I want, so... The big brain move by Mika Moscow. Thousand IQ. Thousand IQ. I mean, if ATC told... If I was at flight level 350 and ATC said, Air Knock 232, descend now flight level 250, I would go 250, then I would pull the little altitude thing, rather than going managed, I'd go into open descent. And that basically tells the plane to get down to flight level 250 as quickly as you can, obviously within safety limits and comfort limits. Because you've been told to go to 250, just get there, basically. And open descent is basically like, descend as much as you can, within limits. Cheers for the rose, Luke. Right, 30 miles and a right-hand turn. And we'll be on final. I hope I make a good job of this landing. Hope my flying isn't too impaired. if you know what I mean. It's weird seeing me on this late in the day. Yeah. Evening streams are something I want to do more of. I need to be more disciplined at it. I gotta be honest, like sometimes I'm just tired and can't be bothered. That's half of it. Be interesting to see how open descent changes when Phoenix do their VNav update. I guess it won't change. Like managed descent sometimes can be a bit like, oh, what's going on here? Like roller coaster. But we need to yeah, you need to set it. So there's a really nice trick with the Boeing. If you set your flight level to be like 3,000, if you know that's where you need to end up, the minute you cross top of descent, the plane will automatically descend. But with the Airbus, you have to manually intervene. Yeah, I mean, if you're like, to be honest, on VATSIM, it's like if you've got controllers on there, like descend now to this, descend now to this, you never use managed. It's always open or vertical speed, isn't it? But we need the VNav update before we get the Neos. That's the thing, isn't it? We need that VNav update. So the sooner we get that VNav update, that then brings the Neos that one step closer. So I sort of want it just for that alone, really. So I can't wait to get some Neos. That'd be marvellous. Maybe take the 340 out as well later this week. Hopefully we'll get a paint kit for that soon. It'd be lovely to get an aeronaut livery for that plane. It is a nice plane. A nice plane to fly, not necessarily a nice plane to look at. The textures can be a bit dodge. Makes you realise really how the Phoenix is kind of the whole package. Right, we need to be above 5,000 at MESOP, 230 knots. So we've got decel point coming up. Let's get the landing system on. What's the QNH here? 1017. Cheers, Camaccio. Thank you very much for the sub on Twitch. What a hero. Big challenge Phoenix face with VNav is the fact that Airbuses around the world have different FMGCs with different updates to the software with different settings enabled, so it's hard to get conclusive detail on how they should operate. My airline alone has 5 different ones. Really? Wow. Yeah, that's got to be a challenge. That's got to be a huge challenge. Have another coffee on my Prime. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay, more drag, 210 knots. I'm going to go speed 180. I don't fancy letting the speed do it itself. Flaps 1. Cheers, Caleb. Flaps 2. On the approach. That's 3. Vilnius traffic, N.232 on a 10-mile final for ILS runway 19er. Okay, let's go speed 160 till 4 DME. Drop the gear, that will help slow us down. Caleb, cheers for the sub. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it.
2,500.
Right, 145 is VAP. Okay, final approach speed. Hey, Ollie. Hakon, thank you for following on Twitch as well. You're following on Twitch tonight. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it, I really do. Right, full disclosure, I suck at landing at night, so sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, lights are on. Flaps are full. Spoilers armed. Gear down 3 greens. Missed approach altitude is 5,000 feet. Which is nearly that time. Why have we got a 14 knot tailwind now? Oh, should have gone for 0-1 after all. Never mind. I want to go to bed. So we're landing. Clover, says Jim. We got lucky into Bristol earlier with that landing. That was a hell of a good landing. To go. Swift, thank you.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
Ooh, a bounce. 293. That'll do. Near enough. I want to go to bed. Good enough. Right, where do I get off? Want to get off here? Yeah, Echo. Beautiful. Need to get used to doing a bit more of a flare in the 321, I think. That'll do though. That's alright, we're down. Yeah, it's still within limits. Trick of a tailwind is to flare later rather than less. Okay. It just in general, I really suck at flying at night. Vilnius traffic, Air 232, runway 19 are vacated. Come on, why have we stopped? Come on. Let's move it. Yeah, so I suppose you do need to flare more because you don't have the additional wind going over your wings. But you say to flare later. That's interesting. I wouldn't have thought that. Is that to stop the sink, as it were? Right, should we go 3-5? Will do us nicely, I think. 1, 2, third left. Not this one. Cheers, Harry. See you soon. Hopefully New Sky gives us a 10 out of 10 for this flight. Start the APU. Yeah, I feel a little bit lost here. I'm not entirely sure where I should be going. Foxtrot? I want Lima. Lima, here we go. So where are we going? Just up here to the right. Four, 4-3. I want the 3-5. Keep her rolling. 4-1. 4-0. 3-9. 3-8. Three-7. Tailwind wants to push you down the runway. I was landing at Zurich once and suddenly had a boot of tailwind, so idled the throttles about 100 feet and kept the nose down and flared at 15. Okay. Here we go, 3-5, we're here. I'm hoping for a nice little 10 out of 10 from New Sky. Assuming I didn't like forget a strobe light for 5 minutes or something daft. Should probably turn my lights off, shouldn't I? Stop blinding these poor people. Ten feet, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey! Oh, that's so close. So close. Bit of a rough parking job. Right, let's get those engines off then. And we'll do beacon off, seatbelts off, and see what New Sky has to say about that. Come on. Yes, 10 out of 10. That's the way. Nice. That was alright. Average centerline deviation 1.4 metres, maximum 2.6. Right in the middle of the touchdown zone, 343 metres, maximum 706. That'll do nicely. That will do nicely. Oh, guys, thank you for coming along tonight. Thank you for all the support. I really do appreciate it. All the subs, all the likes, all the whatevers, just all the stuff. Like, I really couldn't do this without you, so I really do appreciate you coming along. I realise it's not the usual time, so it might be a bit weird for some of you. We're going to keep trying to keep up with this, so yeah, hold me accountable. Next stream, evening stream, will likely be Thursday night. We'll do another double bill, and we'll see if we can keep building it up, because it takes a minute to kind of build up a bit of momentum with it, because people need to get used to you being live to keep reappearing. If you just randomly appear once, it's not going to work out, basically. So yeah, we'll keep at it. I'm going to head in and go to bed. Thank you all so much to all those that gifted members, became members, subbed on Twitch. Even if you just hit the like button, honestly, that helps more than you know. So really appreciate you all. Thank you all very much indeed. I will see you all, I think, Thursday morning is the next stream, so I'll schedule it so you know. But anyway, have a lovely rest of your evening. I will see you soon. Thanks again. Toodaloo.